Hey there, I'm Randy Zimnock, and in this episode, you're gonna learn a bit of lesson that I've learned about converted garages. So here I'm going to actually tell you about a situation that I had recently take place. Nothing better than just sharing from real life situations, and this is no different. So the garage thing. So let me tell you a little bit about the garage story here. So one of my investor clients ended up buying a house, and he asked me for advice, right? Once the property was bought, what he should do with the garage, because I believe it was fire damaged. Yeah, this one was fire damaged, and he goes, should I turn it into a awesome master bedroom with another bathroom, or should I turn it back into a garage? Well, my question was, okay, so what's existing? Like outside of the garage, what else do we have? Oh, well, he said we have 3 bedrooms already, 2 bathrooms, and the square footage is 1,855. I'm like, well, we already have 3 bedrooms, we already have 2 bathrooms, we have a lot of square footage, so it seems like a good looking floor plan as far as livable square footage. And I was like, well, you already described to me a house that most buyers want, right? One of my episodes talked about the easiest houses to sell. Well, it already has it, 3 bedrooms, 2 bath. And guess what? Most buyers would want a garage in that situation. So I told them, well, turn it into a garage. I don't think we need the extra square footage or an extra bedroom and a bathroom. We're good, right? So he did. So he turned it back into he made it an actual garage the way it should be from the beginning. And then we put the house on the market, okay? And then, interestingly enough, couple people start pointing things out when we collect feedback, saying, hey, this doesn't I don't know if this is exactly 1855. Something feels a little smaller than this. And we saw that come up several times from the agents that were holding the open houses for us on this property. So we measured it ourselves. We're like, okay, let's see. Maybe, because it was deceiving, because when I went to the house, the floor plan was very open when you walked in. So it did feel spacious. So I don't know, it never really caught my eye that it could be less livable square footage than the 1850 that we had listed, because that's what the tax record said. Literally, the tax record said 1855 square feet. So now we did the measurements ourselves, and sure enough, we find out that actually we have about 1,550 and change of livable square footage, which means that the garage is actually now not livable, right? It's not livable square footage. So now I have to deduct 300 square feet from the 1,800 that we have, have it on the MLS. So we have to reduce the square footage from 1,855 to 1,555, which technically at this point lowers the value of the property because it's smaller. It won't be that dramatic, but at the end of the day, the point here is I want you to pay attention to, okay, what's on the tax records, and if you see a property that has a garage that maybe looks like it was finished at one point, which sometimes people do it illegally, but sometimes they actually do it legally. They pull permits and they get it approved, and then it's reflected on the tax records. And guess what? In this situation, that's exactly what happened. Years ago, the previous owner actually converted the garage to a livable square footage. So that's why the tax records reflected 1855. But now, since our current client, investor, converted it to a garage, we technically can't advertise it with 1,855 square feet because that's not what's there now. So we had to lower it, right? So just think about that. So I want to make sure that you do your analysis better whenever you see a garage that has some signs of it being converted. Look deeper in the tax records, but look deeper in the county records to see if there were any permits pulled, and actually measure the square footage of the property yourself by just walking it, right? It should be pretty easy for you to measure it and just see if it matches than what the tax records say. And if it doesn't, that's your sign right there that you need to deduct that garage square footage before you put the house on the market. And that's how you create a win-win. Analyzing a property before you buy it is obviously very important. However, what I find that most people just do it wrong. And I know that alone, one mistake could cost you tens and thousands of dollars. It could literally cost you your business. And I don't want that to happen to you. So I created a step-by-step property analysis guide sheet to walk you through exactly what to look for to make sure your deal that you're looking at is worth buying. To get the property analysis guide sheet, just go to randyzimnock.com.